Hey, oh, what is up, you dirty devils? Welcome back to the show. I do apologize. We've been traveling a lot as of late, and I am behind. I get that. But when it comes time for the major starting, I will be back here in December covering it day by day, just so you guys know. Some big news that happened this past week while I was gone that I wanted to talk about with all of you. As per usual, that's going to be the Falcons. They have made imminent changes that a lot of people did expect to be going down. But yeah, pretty much the whole roster is gone besides Magisk and besides Zonic, as they made a huge announcement this last week, removing those said members, that being Dupree, that being Snappy, and that being Maiden, which again was very much expected. Also, alongside this announcement, we find out that s1mple's loan is going to be up at the end of this year, which means he goes back to Navi and likely to the bench. We don't know exactly what that future will be, really, for either party here. I mean, the Falcons struggled, and to be honest, I think a lot of us would agree they were not a favorite to make it out of the European RMRs and to qualify for the major. That seemed like a bit of a long shot. They've been struggling for these past 12 months to find some solidarity on this roster, and certainly throwing in s1mple might throw a wrench into a team who's all of a sudden 2 months later trying to make a run for the Shanghai Major. But this had to be done. I think everyone can admit that the project had tried with this core for at least a decent amount of time and didn't get near the expected results. And so now it's a time for a complete refurbishment of the roster, a complete overhaul, might you say, of this roster, because now we have Magisk, who is still going to be a part of this, who I think is certainly, from what we have seen, the most solid piece. And then we have Zonic, who is still tenured, and although the project has not gone his way the past 12 months, he's still one of the best coaches of all time. You can't doubt that duo. Now you have Nico set to come in for 2025. Who else do they grab? That is now the remaining questions. And also a big reason we've been traveling is thanks to ThunderPick. That's our esports betting sponsor. Please bet responsibly, especially when it comes to major matchups. A lot of good matches to be betting on. I will certainly be doing mine, but thanks to our sponsor, as always, for making all of this possible. And then there's s1mple. What his future may or may not be. You have his compliments, or I should say his comments after the major run, which seemed to be a bit disappointed. We also saw videos of s1mple, who obviously was not happy during those moments where Falcons did fall short in the RMR run. But it makes you wonder, because with his verbiage, with his tone, with his buyout remaining with Navi, I think he probably will remain there throughout the early parts of 2025 until that contract is up. And then after that, what exactly is he going to do? Because we saw glimpses. I would not say we saw the s1mple of old, but we certainly saw some maps where you were like, yo, he's doing his thing. And if it wasn't him doing his thing, it was Mattis doing his thing. But like, there's still the s1mple, he's still there. And can he actually go back to the drawing boards? Can he keep on practicing like he said he's going to do and return to what he once was? I certainly got to hope for that. And what project and team will he do it with? That's the real question for all of you guys out there. We got s1mple now back in Navi. We got Nico going to Falcons to join Magisk and Zonic. And who else are they going to build around over there? That's the exciting part. And what do the Falcons want to be in CS? Because right now, a lot of haters out there. But can they turn things around? I hope so. I want another contending team out there to contend with our... We got 4 top teams out there. And then everyone else is just like trying to catch up. And also some big news out there, very late on this one, but speaking of potential changes, maybe based on major runs out there, I cannot wait for post-major roster shuffle. It's going to be nuts. But a team like Vitality, who is a solid top 4 team throughout this season, they can even have someone sub in and still place top 4, as we saw just less than a month ago. It was some rumors out there, some rumors, okay? You never know what's going to shake down with these, because we've heard some rumors before, thanks to Sir, but we'll see what happens here, as apparently, according to rumors, it's going to be apEX to be sold by the Vitality co-founder without consulting the team or anyone else in the organization. And if they weren't consulted before, they certainly were consulted by seeing that tweet. What was even more bizarre about this, of course, people wondering, okay, apEX, is he coming to the end of his tenure as an IGL? He is still one of the best boisterous personalities in the entire game, and Vitality certainly are still a top team with him in the roster. What was very odd about this is within a couple of hours, it was that same Vitality co-founder, that being Neo, very well-known man attached to the Vitality name, who then, instead of responding, kind of just memed the rumored announcement by saying that the rumors were apEX keyboard was going to be sold. So not really responding to anything, but then later on we had a Vitality director saying that apEX is indeed not for sale. So KRL, who's right, KRL or or Neo. I think only time will tell with this one, but at the very least, it stirs the pot of like what's going down. You don't want to hear that during a major run if you're Vitality, but they're still one of your teams that are expected to make a major run to at least a semifinal. So what's going down over there in that boot camp? So a lot is happening, guys. A lot of potential changes that I'm very excited for, but I'm mostly excited for the rest of these RMRs and of course those majors, which I will be back covering fully up. So I do apologize again for anyone still watching. We went to Berlin and then we went to Korea and then Sweden for work, and unfortunately keeping up with CS is a bit hard when you're on an airplane, and I miss it. I freaking miss it. So I'm gonna be back soon. Thank you all for watching. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you back here. Bye bye.